Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young woman named Alara. Alara had a dream to be a great warrior, a protector of the weak, and a bringer of justice. However, the villagers saw this dream as nothing but foolishness. You see, their way of life had always been peaceful. They believed that a warrior was only needed in stories and not in real life. But Alara's heart yearned for more than just peace. She wanted to be strong, not because she enjoyed fighting, but because she knew that true peace could only be achieved when everyone was safe. So Alara started her training in secret, learning from old books and taking on any odd job she could find to earn money to buy better equipment. She trained day in and day out, honing her skills until she became stronger and more determined than ever before. But no matter how hard she tried, the villagers still scoffed at her dream. They never understood why she would choose such a dangerous path, when all they had ever known was peace. One day, a traveling merchant visited the village and told them about a monster that lived in the nearby forest. It was a fearsome beast that had been terrorizing travelers and stealing their goods. The villagers were scared, but Alara saw this as an opportunity to prove herself. She went to the chief and asked if she could slay the monster, but he simply laughed in her face. He didn't want his precious village to be put in danger, so he refused her request and forbade her from going into the forest. But Alara couldn't just stand by while people were being hurt. So at the dead of night, she slipped out of the village and into the forest. The journey was long and fraught with danger, but Alara persevered. She fought off wild animals and trudged through thick mud and climbed over fallen trees. And finally, as the sun began to rise, she heard a noise that made her blood run cold. It was a guttural roar that echoed through the trees. The monster was near. Suddenly, the bushes rustled and a huge wolf emerged. Its eyes were like burning coals and its teeth were bared in a vicious snarl. Alara knew that this was the monster the villagers had been so afraid of. Without hesitation, she drew her sword and charged. The battle was fierce, and the monster fought with every ounce of strength it had. It lunged at Alara, knocking her to the ground and scratching up her arm, but she got back up and fought on. She dodged its attacks and waited for her chance to strike. Finally, when the monster was exhausted, she lunged and plunged her sword deep into its side. The monster let out a final roar and collapsed. Alara stood over it, panting heavily, but she had done it. She had slain the beast. When she returned to the village, she was greeted as a hero. The villagers cheered and thanked her for saving them from the monster. And from that day forward, they finally understood the importance of having a warrior in their midst. They apologized for laughing at her dream and asked her to become their official protector. Alara had proven that, with enough perseverance, one can achieve anything. No matter how difficult the task may seem, as long as you believe in yourself and your abilities, you can overcome any obstacle. And so Alara continued to train and hone her skills, always ready to defend her village and bring justice to those who needed it. The villagers, in turn, were eternally grateful to her, knowing that they were safe in her hands. That's all for today's story. If you liked it, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Also, if you have a story you'd like to read, just comment it down below, and we might read it in our next video. Until then, keep an eye out for more amazing content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.